Hey everybody! Today I'm going to be walking you through how to do a DIY TCA peel. Now, you might be familiar with chemical peels like glycolic acid peels, which are considered pretty light peels. Now, a TCA peel is going to be one step up from that. So it's considered to be a medium peel. You are actually going to need a few days of downtime where you're just going to be indoors, not doing anything. You are going to peel for about 3 days. So you want to make sure that you've got some time off. It's just before Christmas right here. I'm going to be sticking around Las Vegas for the holidays, so I'm not going to be doing anything for like the next 3 to 5 days. So I thought this would be a perfect time to get a peel, and right before New Year's Eve, so I'm going into 2020 looking fresh. Now, I have done a few of my own peels at home, and I've had a few done in med spas, so I know what to expect. I will level with you. I am not an esthetician. I'm just somebody who makes skincare, so I'm familiar with formulations, how to make dilutions, and I do not do this on anybody but myself. So if you're comfortable doing it on yourself, go for it. It's a great way to save a couple bucks. But if you've never done a peel before, I highly recommend that you go to an esthetician, somebody that knows what they're doing, so you know what to expect. And that way it's gonna, take a lot of the guesswork out of it. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna prep your area. So I took a shower about an hour ago. I did all my tweezing, all my plucking, because you're not going to be able to do any tweezing or plucking or any of that sort of hair removal, waxing, any of that for at least 2 to 4 weeks. Your skin's going to be very, very sensitive. Danny looks like he wants to move. Danny, what are you doing? What's up, Danny? Talk to me.
I want to get a good close-up.
Oh, okay. Get in there. Danny is my Swiss Army human. Does everything. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to get everything prepared in advance. So I've taken a shower. My skin is clean, but still what I'm going to do is I want to prep the canvas. So that means removing any traces of oil, any leftover makeup, anything from throughout the day. You're going to want to remove it first, and that way you're going to get a nice even peel. All right, so I've made my own mixture for a prep. Some people will use straight rubbing alcohol. Other people like using witch hazel. I don't have witch hazel, and the rubbing alcohol I have is like 90%, so that's like way too high. It's gonna totally dry out my skin. So I have all these awesome skincare ingredients around my house. So I've made a combination of willow bark extract with distilled water and a little tiny bit of rubbing alcohol just to make sure everything gets good and cleaned without overstripping my skin. Now, willow bark is high in salicylic acid, and it's an anti-inflammatory. In fact, aspirin comes from willow bark. So, I mean, it's more like technical than that, but basically. All right, so I'm going to prep my skin first. So I'm going to just make sure everything is white. Danny moving around. Now, I'm just going to do my face on camera, but since I'm going to have the downtime, I'm planning on doing my neck and chest. I'm going to dilute the TCA peel to 25%, which is a really good peel to start off with. Some people will do them as aggressive as 50%, but I'm just going to do 25. I've got very sensitive skin, so I think that is probably my limit until I get a little bit better at doing these things. Now, I've done glycolic acid peels on myself before, but I found those were just a little too light for me. I live in the desert. My skin looks dry all the time. We've just finished the hot weather here. I had some sun exposure throughout the summer. I've got freckles. Now, what this level of peel is going to do is going to help with the fine lines. It's going to help, remove the dry, dehydrated skin that I cannot seem to exfoliate off. And it's going to help with the hyperpigmentation. Also, in the past when I've done these peels at the med spa, they've helped with removing scars. Now, I used to have a dermal piercing right here, and when it was removed, I had a lump of scar tissue. And 2 TCA peels basically removed all the scar tissue, and now I've got a nice smooth surface there. You'd never know that I had a piercing except for like a little bit of pigmentation. All right, so what you want to do when you're mixing up your TCA or when you're pouring it out, you're going to want to wear gloves. Now, I guess it's okay to not wear gloves, but you're basically going to burn off your fingertips. Well, they're going to peel. Let's not be over dramatic. All right, so this is 100% TCA. Now, I make skincare, so I am perfectly comfortable with diluting products, but it is possible to buy 25%, 35%, and 50% TCA. I want to make this last a little bit longer because I got to have enough for me and for Danny. This will be his first time doing a peel. Now, I am going to mix 1 part of TCA with 3 parts of distilled water so that I get a 25% solution. So this is 2 milliliters. I like doing metric system because I was born in Canada. So I'm just going to pour that in there. Almost forgot. Really important. Got a lot on my mind right now. So before I go any further, I am going to use some barrier cream. It's an ointment, actually. I am going to use this around my hairline and some of the more sensitive areas where I do not want to get this solution. So I'm going to get up there. I'm also going to use it around my eyes. Now, I highly recommend if you have microbladed or tattooed eyebrows, use this on your eyebrows because the TCA will lift the pigment from your eyebrows. I had my eyebrows done about 2 years ago, was not happy with them, so I am totally okay with putting the TCA over there and hoping to remove what's left over of the pigmentation. All right, so I'm just going to use a little bit of this around my eyes. Not that I'm going to do the TCA peel on my eyelids, but still just to be a little bit cautious. Now you can do the TCA peel on your eyelids, but you must be very, very, very careful about where you put it. Like, put it under here. Don't go any lower than that. You do not want to get this stuff in your eyes. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit around the corners of my nose and the corners of my mouth. Anywhere where the solution could potentially pool. You want to give it a little bit of extra. Okay. All right. And a little bit in the corners of my eyes too. Alrighty. Now, my lips. This is actually a lip balm that I made. It's really hydrating. Okay. All right. I'm going to start on my forehead because my forehead takes a little longer to frost than the rest of my face, so I want to give it a head start. Down the center because that's where I show some lines. Okay, now I mentioned frosting. Now, frosting is basically it's a reaction that the TCA is going to have with your skin. It is literally going to look like your skin is frosting. Like if you live in northern climates, you know what frost is. Okay, so it's going to whiten up a bit. That's a good thing. That means it's working. I'm gonna get it on my eyebrows. Oh yeah, this tangles. Woo. Okay, so now I can see patches where I'm starting to frost up. I don't know if you can get close up here. You'll see areas around here where my skin is starting to get this white cast on it. And that's how you know it's working. The chin is doing its thing. Seems to be taking a few extra minutes. Oof. Feel the burn. All right, we see right here especially. That is frosting. So basically the keratin in my skin is curdling with the acid, and that's what's going to result in that layer of skin dropping off. Okay. Now, if you want, you can take a hairdryer and put it on cool setting and blow that over your face to kind of help you with this part of the process. I have a really high pain threshold, multiple surgeries, so I can, you know, stick it out. I just feel like it needs a little extra around here. Come on. Peel, mofo. Oh. Well, at least I'm getting it like right around here. That's where I've got most of my lines. Ouch. It's taking a little bit longer for my forehead, even though I did it first. But I see it coming up. I'm just going for it. Ah! Sad face. Okay. Well, I am going to give this a quick neutralize now. I don't want to leave it on for any longer than this. So I'm going to take this paste that I mixed up before. It's got baking soda and distilled water, and I am just going to pat it onto my skin. Now, do not rub this into your skin. You do not want to be exfoliating your skin right now. Just pat it on like a salve. Oof. It's going to cool everything down and neutralize the burn. It feels really nice on my skin right now. Funny, I have a high pain threshold, but I can tell when my body's had enough. Okay. All right, so I am going to run to the bathroom and wash this off. Actually, no, I'm going to run to the kitchen sink because it's closer and this burns like a mofo. Oof. Okay. Now, my skin is going to be red and angry for about half an hour. So I've got all the solution washed off. Still got a little bit of frost on my face. Now, what I'm going to do, and aftercare is super, super, super important with the peel. I'm going to take some of this Apotheca Borealis Revive Serum with Saskatoon berry and royal jelly in it. Now, Saskatoon berry is really high in anthocyanins and antioxidants and flavonoids. In fact, it also has anti-inflammatory properties in it as well. And this is great for healing and soothing inflamed skin. Now I'm in pain mode, so it's going to be a little harder for me to talk. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that and try to calm my skin down. Now, the Revive Serum also has lavender essential oil in it, which is excellent for burns and skin irritation. So you're going to be treating your skin like you've got a sunburn. Burn is a burn is a burn. All right, so that's going to go on. And then I'm going to follow up with this oil. I've mixed it myself. And it is a combination of red raspberry seed oil and black currant oil. So it's extremely hydrating. And also the red raspberry seed has a natural SPF of around 28. So over the course of the next 7 days, that's basically going to be your entire peel time, you're going to want to keep your skin hydrated. So use oils, bio oils, you can use, most types of fruit or vegetable oils will be really good for your skin. Coconut oil is awesome. That's something a lot of people have in their kitchens already. But personally, I like this because, as I mentioned, the red raspberry seed, that's going to provide me with some SPF. And of course, I'll put a little bit of extra SPF on if I should happen to go outside during the day. So you're going to want to use extra sun protection if you've got to go out. Even if you're just driving in your car, you're not even going to be outside. You're going to want to have a baseball hat on, whatever kind of hat you want, as long as it provides some shade, sunglasses, and slather on some SPA or SPF. So that, and then I am going to double up and triple up, actually. Put this triple antibiotic ointment on my skin. I'm gonna slather it on. At nighttime, some people put petroleum jelly on their skin at night because it doesn't evaporate. You're going to want to keep your skin hydrated and protected. Now, it's going to start peeling off at around day 3. So just be prepared for that. Don't pick it. Just let it fall off naturally. Like I said, keep it hydrated, and I will post an update for you perhaps next weekend and let you know how the healing process went, and maybe even include some pictures from each day. So if you have any questions or comments, hit me up, and if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It's a new channel, so every subscription counts, and I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I'll check back with you soon with an update.